This is Jim Starkweather, the publisher of Kitmaker Network and Armorama.com, and welcome to another episode of Cracking the Box. Today we've got for you a new kit from IBG Models. This is the KTO Rosomak, the Green Devil, which not really too familiar with this kit. I know it's Eastern European, Polish, I want to say, origin, but I might be wrong about that. We're going to take a look at it, and let's take a look at the outside box first. This is a 1/35th scale kit. It is 35032 is the stock number. A couple of the pictures on the side here show some very detailed photo etch of these steel mesh panels that are on the side, probably for anti-RPG kind of protection. And the instructions and everything in the box is going to have German, American English, and British English, and Polish in terms of instructions and text and things. So let's go ahead and crack her open, shall we? All right, so on the inside of the box, we've got a very deep box you can see here. And lots of kind of beigey, I'm not sure the exact color. It's kind of a, yeah, I guess it's just kind of beige. Almost like a little bit of a pink to it, but it's very subtle. Interesting detail already I can see on the top of the turret here with either some non-slip surfacing, I think that's what that is, pads that are across the top, and some interesting bolt kind of bolt-on armor, I guess, maybe. And let's just go ahead and count the screws here, or just kind of go through them real quick. I've got the two pieces here, that's actually 4 screws, another 2 here, another 2 in this one. Actually, this one's open too. Another 2, and the last one has 4, kind of bundled together. No, those are in one bag. And then we've got the upper turret, the upper hull. I was looking at the non-slip surfacing. I think that reminded me of the turret. And this has a new kind of, this is a flat sprue kind of arrangement, so it's kind of the new production look feel we're seeing coming out of different new kits, especially from, like, say, Mini Art and such. So I'm guessing, of course, these are all very likely new tooled. They do have, on the interior, I guess they have, I'm not sure if it has an interior or how much of an interior it has, but there is some no-slip surfacing on the bottom of the area here. Of course, this is a rear door that opens, so this is going to be a crew compartment, and this is the driver's area and gunner and commander area as well. Here's some of that photo etch with a decal sheet, some clear, and the road wheels, which are in a very nice looking single piece design with some knockouts in the center, but we'll take a closer look at those in a minute. And then we've got kind of some interesting stuff that IBG does. We've got this little box cover graphic. I'm trying to get it off here without messing it up. Suitable for framing. And let me get this somewhere I'm not going to mess it up. There we go. And then an instruction sheet, which, let's go through that real quick. The instructions do have a parts overlay at the start, and kind of a 3D CAD look. The whole instructions are kind of in 3D CAD. Second page with more on there. So it does have an interior. So we've got driver area here with a steering wheel. Interesting that they've gone with a steering wheel. Of course, it is a wheeled vehicle. I guess not that weird. That's part of that same area going together. The seats, so the seating is all included. The engine's included. I'm surprised they didn't put full interior on the front of the box. I think that would have been a better marketing tool for them. Probably does have it somewhere on the side, hopefully. And then the undercarriage going together with the 8 wheels, the rest of the interior going together. I like these instructions. They're very, very easy to follow. Some of those metal side skirts going on with the plastic outer frame. They're showing some of the doors, and you could position these doors open, so that's going to give you the best view of some of these interior parts, of course. The gunner's cage here with the below the turret, which is a very nice addition, or part of the build, I guess. And then the final tank going together, showing the finished model, again in 3D CAD, which is very nice. Then a schematic or illustration for the decal. You think I've done this like 19 million times. I could get through it without having to ad-lib every bit. But sadly, not the case. I should read it in Polish. Malowini I yeah, I can't read it in Polish. Never mind. So yeah, so the two different ones here. One of these looks like it might be Arabic. We've got some interesting stuff on the side. Not sure who they've sold these to. They don't indicate here on like what is going to what, like what what units these are in what service and so forth. So I get the impression this is a vehicle they have been selling to any countries that want to buy it. So. And certainly can't blame Poland for trying to build up its defense industry and so forth. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the close-up plastic parts. We'll start with the upper and lower hull. These are some really meaty bits here on the on both of these. I mean, they're very even without these sprues, they look very sturdy. But the support sprues around them are. Now, of course, most manufacturers these days would not be giving us parts, upper and lower hulls with either. I don't know if they break these off at the factory, like when most manufacturers give them to them, or they're actually molded and grabbed off, and so they don't have to have these sprues around them. But this is an interesting way that they're doing it, obviously. But yeah, there are going to be some points here. You're going to have to be careful about shaving these off or cutting them clean. I think you should be able to do it. They've got actually kind of a unique little thing here. They've got the round sprue. Let me try to get this closer soon. But they've got the round, large sprue, and then they've got a small little kind of rectangular, thin connector piece. So yeah, that should be pretty easy to get off. But I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. Can't really do a test fit or anything because of the plastic. Not only that, but I think you need some of the other parts kind of built into here before you can get them to actually fit properly. All right, so let's take a look at the wheels next because I like wheels. I'm going to lower the camera a bit here so we're not quite at such a high level. And it's a bit bright out today, so my lighting's a bit weird. It's either too dark or too bright. And yeah, I like these wheels. They look good. They're very thin, obviously. There's I believe this is a steel component. Can't quite tell from the. Well, actually, looking at the box. Okay, so let's take a look at the other part of the wheel that goes in. So I think that actually what we're seeing here is. Okay, so we're seeing part of the sidewall is here on this piece, and then this piece is going to go into this piece. So the tire itself this is not the complete tire. The tire goes in, so there's going to be a potential small gap there. Not really sure. It looks like they've done it where there is maybe a line or something in rubber that goes around the wheel. So hopefully maybe there's nothing there, but there could be a little bit of filling required depending on how the actual fit and finish is. Go ahead and take a look at those pieces while I'm looking at them. Wow, this plastic does not want to. This is the kind of stuff you wrap like boxes and stuff in, not the kind of plastic we're normally used to with kits these days. Yeah, here's some of those ones I was talking about. So you can see. I can actually turn my light down a little bit. Looks like I'm getting too much. Yeah, there we go. So you can kind of see some of the detail there. For the tires, there's some of the seats and other interior detail parts. And let's take a look at the turret again. I just realized I didn't probably show the upper hull detail too much. You probably want to see that. So going back to that piece, you can see a lot of the anti-slip stuff here. I'm just a little bit surprised, and maybe I'm wrong, but that it sits up that high. Normally, scale-wise, that would be quite a bit of height for like an anti-slip surface. Hopefully it's right, and people don't have to like try to sand this down or something, because obviously sanding it down would ruin the anti-slip. There isn't really, there is, I can feel it with my fingernail, there is some anti-slip feel to it there, but it's not really super pronounced. Now that would actually be probably scale-wise correct, because you're not going to see usually the anti-slip at this kind of distance, All right, well, I looked at it in the magnifier, and definitely there is some. You can see the anti-slip when you're looking at it up super close. Anyway, so there's the turret. You can see the additional kind of like bolt-on bits. So they've got the kind of bolts here with little hole parts there. But yeah, very nice. And here's some of those pieces that are the side skirt frames. Those look good. By the way, I apologize for anybody watching these that they're kind of more straightforward or blunt in terms of unboxings. I'm trying to get through so much back kits and stuff that we have, and if I take too long doing stuff, if I try to like be too anal about it and like, you know, get everything just so perfectly right, like I'm not saying I've ever done that with one of my videos, but I try to do or have done with some of my recent videos, been more time consuming. It's just going to take too long, so that's why I'm kind of going through some of these quicker and more rapidly, I guess. So I hope that some of the details coming through there. I think the camera doesn't seem to be cooperating with me today. Why is it not cooperating? That should be in focus. Maybe my eyes aren't showing in focus. Anyways, watch for the photos at the rear part of this video because it'll show all these parts in close-up detail. But yeah, these all look interesting. Some side hatch things that look a little overpronounced to me, but maybe that's correct. I believe this is the interior, so probably those are like storage compartments into the side that they would store things in. Some of the engine looks like part of the cooling fins and so forth for the engine detail bits, and I'm not sure what these are. But yeah, more maybe those are some of the seat frames and stuff for the interior. Here's the clear plastic, which I'm assuming is going to be like commander's cupola viewers and driver's hatch viewers and things like that, like some of these pieces here. Alright. Here are some more engine parts, I believe, engine and air coolers. All look very clean. The production issues, I don't see any on the, on the plastic. Not seeing any flash. Nothing that, begs calling out. This is the rear. This is a rear door. It is really kind of small. I'm surprised, vehicle-wise, that it's got such a small rear doorway. But that's more just about the vehicle and not about the kit. Actually, I'm not going to open it up. So I will photograph these, but I just don't want to mess them up. You can see basically everything you can need to see from this photo, but yeah, there'll be some follow-up photos with it actually out of the bag. This piece again is the lower part of the turret with not sure what that is. Maybe part of that lower turret basket assembly. Here's some of this side that deleted bits, which you can I think actually see through light-wise. And then this piece has quite a bit of small detail parts. Some of the main gun, I think, is here. The main gun mantelet, and looks like maybe some suspension arms for something. Some of the driver's seat, maybe. And that just leaves this one. And again, this piece has another back hatchway. So I'm not sure if they have two of these kits, or maybe one's a hatchway going into the drivers and one's is going into the front compartment. This is a second hatchway that's in the inside of the vehicle, or probably more likely this is the internal hatchway. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the back, although they look very similar. I guess they just fit in the same grooves. Anyway, so yeah, this has more of the frames for the side skirts, but again, all looks good. No issues to see or report. Some of the smaller bits again, internal detail, the steering wheel, part of the interior. So let's go ahead and take a look at those photos, and then we will come back and conclude. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed those photos for the KTO Rosomak, the Green Devil. Not sure why it's called the Green Devil, but I'll I'll maybe try to point that out somewhere at some point in the video. I'll look it up and see. So it's a very interesting vehicle, certainly very similar to the Striker in terms of the U.S.-Canadian joint project there. But I'm not sure the history like when this came out, but I'm going to guess that it probably came out slightly after the Striker, and is more modern in that sense. So again, I'd like to thank IBG for sending us this sample for review. We will have this available for a build or something if you guys are interested, if we haven't already done one. I know it's been out a little while, and it kind of quickly came out, and there was a lot of hullabaloo about it, so hopefully people are already kind of building them out there and so forth. But if not, you take a look for it, and you will find it. So if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, please leave them below, and make sure to click a like on this video if you did like this little preview / unboxing. And we will see you next time on Cracking the Box.